Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Workers Wednesday on a Thursday. Sorry about that delay. I've had an unscheduled, if you will, extended personal time here. It's been 3 weeks since the last video. I've left enough updates about that on the post tab and on our Discord server and stuff. So if you want to know more about why I've been gone, there you go. But today, what I'd like to do is kind of pick up right where we left off 3 weeks ago, if I could. And that is with the subway. All right, our metro system is done, and at the end of the last video we got a working train that can actually go all the way around and bring people around. But there's a problem. This station over by our food, arguably the most important station I have in my metro, at least for now, until we get more people living here and, you know, proof of concept on that so that I can get more chemicals. But up until then, this is a really important part that I'd like to have facilitated by my metro station. I'd like people to be able to come here and work. And so we need to get the walking paths for this one. I forgot to do that, and we need to do that. Let's go ahead and maybe just get that track builder out of there, because I can. So what I'd like to do is get walking paths that allow people to work in this chemical area. It'd be really nice if they could also work the explosives factory and the plastics factory as well. That's quite far away. I don't know if I'll be able to pull all of that off. Maybe these two won't be worked, but if I can get a direct path over here, it'd be nice. And then obviously the biggest one is the refinery. I'd like to get a steady supply of people working here. So we're gonna have to reconfigure some things to really make this work. And one of the things I really want to reconfigure is this too. I think it's time we take this bus stop, this temporary one that is very busy, and make it a proper bus stop that can move buses a bit faster. So one of the things I want to do is I've got to get rid of this, but I don't want to have the vehicles be disrupted. I don't want their pathing to be disrupted because we have a lot of vehicles that are already told to come into this area, right? So what we really need is to not disrupt traffic, but also rebuild it. That's the challenge of realistic mode, right? And we're also going to be doing that in the winter time, which is certainly not the best time to do this type of thing, but I don't want to wait much longer. I want to get it done. So what I'm looking at now are vehicles that are on this road, and I'd like to get these vehicles off the road before I start redoing this. So I'm going to let the time run just a little bit, but in a second here we're going to pause it so that I can redo these roads and delete them. So it looks like I'm going to have these two prison buses leave the road, and then now that that one is in its spot, I can go ahead and pause it right here, I think. Yep. This one is in this spot here, so it's not on the road. So what we're going to want to do, all these snowflakes are in my way for a second, is I'm going to take this road out of here. Yep, like that. And what I want to do is move this road to be as close to this walking path as possible. So I'm going to just like hug this walking path. I want a lot of room. It's going to be very important that I have a lot of room to work with here. So we're going to go like that, and then around, and then this might be good enough, actually. It's kind of sticking out a little bit more than I want, but you know what? Maybe we come back this way, and we see what we can do from this direction. Yeah. All right, so that's going to be good for now. So I can let it run a little bit more. That doesn't disrupt any traffic, right? All it does is direct these buses to enter and exit here instead of entering and exiting here. It does mean that some prison buses, if there are any, I don't know if there are any that come from this direction, but if there are some that come from this direction, they're now going to need to turn right here and go around, which is going to take a little bit of extra time, maybe disrupt traffic a little bit. We'll see. The big thing I want to do is I want to move this bus stop. Okay, so I need this bus stop to be moved. So now that we've got this road kind of out of the way a bit, of course it's winter and it's dark. Wow. Let me zoom ahead in time just a tad bit. We're not disrupting anything yet. I need the snow to stop for this frame rates, and obviously would like daytime as well. All right, there's a bit more light now, so why don't we go ahead and just go down to normal speed really quick. Can I work on this? Can I work with normal speed? Not sure I can. Also, why are the helicopters persistently hovering here? Are we waiting on? Well, we're about to be waiting on a whole lot of concrete and stuff too. Now, we're going to be rebuilding this area, and we're going to be building a lot of walking paths through here as well. So we're going to get on that. I think you guys are just hovering here. Look at all these helicopters just hovering. What are you waiting for? What are you? You guys are taking this long to load brick? I think I need another one. I mean, I can't really get another one because I'm limited on factory connections here, you know? Like, the only other thing I could do is bring it off of this side, which I guess is technically possible to put one here. And then just have one of the construction offices link up with this side. You know, that, I mean, it's possible, but that's just there's a lot of helicopters in the area hovering, trying to get brick. Okay. See if we can work through the helicopters. So, we want to put a temporary bus station right here. So what I'm going to do, I think as soon as these guys are dropped off, because they might go this way. Okay, so there's a few people, just a few people going this way, right? This is very important little paths and stuff, right? We're going to want to take this walking path away. And then what we'll do, we're going to want to pause it here, I think, instead. Okay, so we're going to pause it here. What I want to do is I want to put in a temporary bus station in here. Okay. And the whole purpose, of course, is just to get it to where we can get these buses that are already told to come into the other one that we're already in. I want them to go to this one instead. So their routes are not disrupted, basically. So we're going to slap this in right here. I'm not sure if that's far enough back, but I'm going to hope that it is. Then we're going to bring this road. You know what? We'll just bring it to here for now. I think that'll be out of the way. We'll see. Then what I need to do is I'm going to go into all related vehicles here. There's a lot of them, okay? And every single one of these vehicles, these routes that have many vehicles on them, okay? All of these routes need to be changed so that instead of going here, they're going here, okay? And then they're just setting to, they unload, right? Unload everybody here. So we're going to remove this line like that, okay? And we change it. Now they go here instead, all right? That is going to create extra traffic problems because they can no longer come straight from this side. They now have to come around a little bit. They're going to be turning, a lot of people are going to be turning around right here. But I think it'll be okay because it has to be removed anyway. That's the only way we could do it. So we're going to come over here. Same thing. All the refinery stops get replaced with that new free stop for the time being. Okay. Okay. So the routes are changed. And we now should see this one right here. It no longer has anyone attached to it. And now the buses are going to be rerouted to drop off in here. It's going to take them longer. It's not nearly as smooth. But this road is now the only road that these guys can really take to get into the roundabout as well. So we have this extra road right here. I know it's kind of hard to see with the winter time. We have this extra road right here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And then the interesting thing about this, though, is that we kind of have to disrupt a lot of traffic in order to get this in here. Because, like, the through path... Hey, camera. This through path, this is part of it. So, like, the buses are not only stopping and dropping this off, but it's so far, because it was always temporary, it's designed so that everybody also goes this way when they want to turn right, you know? We do have this part right here, though. So this is a two-way road. And so what we're going to see... It's a choke point. It's a construction site. It happens. It's a real-life construction site, man. Detours, right? We're going to see a lot of vehicles come from this road and turn left here just to turn right here and then go this path. And everything's going to get choked down to one lane, which it was already choked to one lane anyway because this is a two-lane road. So it's not that disruptive. So we'll go ahead and demolish this refinery. Not refinery, the refinery stop. And then we're going to want to pull... I think probably pull this road back. We'll see if we can use it, but I don't think we will be able to. And then we're definitely pulling this back. So that road gets deleted, and I think probably this road gets deleted at least out to here. So I'm going to have this, I think, deleted at least that far. And then we also have this walking path, and that is unfortunate because, like, there's nothing I can do to connect this the way it is. It's too close to this. So in order to connect this bus stop, I am going to need to pull this back a little bit too. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this back to at least there. And then I think we'll go all the way back to about here with it. I think that's probably fine. Okay. So the next thing, of course, is to make sure that all of these are getting demolished. So if I let the time run, we should see demolition offices get attached to this. Yeah. And then what we want, I want this done as fast as possible. So I'm going to take a dirt road and slap it in here. And that way, all of these construction sites can be accessed all the time. By construction vehicles in here, it gives them another route that maybe they won't disrupt every other traffic. It's going to be very busy in here for a little bit. And that's just how it's going to go. So we should be able to connect like Charlie's main demo, for example, into this now. We should see demo offices getting connected everywhere here now, actually. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so all of this stuff can be torn out all in one go. Good. And so we'll get a lot of vehicles are going to be entering in here. Now, the good news is when we start to build this stuff out, the good news about all of this is that all of our construction vehicles are spawning very close. Their supply is all very close. I just don't know what's going on with all these helicopters. What are we doing here? There's so much brick being offloaded. What are you building right now? What are you building? Is it this? Is it this? The unfinished footpath going out there all the way out to here, huh? Okay. I do have a couple of paths, right? I've started to put these in here. So that's why all the helicopters are going crazy right now, because there's construction going on with them, and there's a lot of brick to bring in, but that's okay. We're in the process of getting this station to be functional, all right? Today's video is not focused on those two paths. It's focused on these two paths, which we're going to be making out of here, and there's a lot of stuff to do here. So while they're deconstructing this, I think we can go in and maybe focus on the other bits of construction that we have to do in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at where people need to get routed to in order to satisfy as many connections as possible. So I'm going to pause it really quick because I have daytime and it's not snowing. So I'm looking at this, and in order to get out of the station, right, the walking path has to go probably underneath the rail and come back out. So you need a little bit of space. But as long as they are walking, as long as it's within like 400 meters, I think, is probably what it is, because these things are like 100% or whatever, the underground paths. The underground paths can't go as far, or they won't walk as far as they will on like the above ground walking path with the streetlights and stuff. So you don't get like the full 400 plus. I think it's about 400. So what I'm looking at here is we need to be able to get up. So if I take, say, this pedestrian tunnel and I want to go underneath this, I've got to go quite far. Yeah, about here, looks like. And that gets me out about that far, about there, right? And then I have to, from there, work my way over to, getting wherever I'm going, and I have to bypass, all the other underground infrastructure that's around here, right, too. So there's a little bit of finagling that's got to take place here. But I think we can do it. So the first place I want to put this, I've been looking at it a little bit. I think I can put a walking path entrance right here. I think that gives me enough space to bring it back up, and also for people to be able to walk this way. But the thing is, we're going to be connecting these entrances together so that people can, pivot. You can't really connect anything underground unless you're doing it with above ground stuff, right? So in other words, I need these underpasses to, if I want to turn the tunnel or have an intersection underground, I have to use the entrances anyway. So we can use the escalators. I don't know if that actually improves their ability to move further. I'm not sure, but we'll give it a shot. And so I think I can fit an escalator in like right here. Yeah. So if I pop an escalator in, like say right here, let's say I put it as far over as possible, maybe like right here. If I put that there, and then we make a path, I don't even know if I need the street lights yet, so we'll put a pin in that. I may not need the street lights. We'll put the asphalt one though. All these pipes and stuff are underground, and this what I'm managing right now is above ground. So we're gonna have this curve around here. That's what I'm thinking. Curve around here, and it needs to get them to this point because I want them to be able to work in these two buildings. Would be nice. Both of these buildings would be great if they could work there. So if I brought, let's say, this is connected, right? No? Where are you connected as a walking path? It looks like it's just here. So when people are working here, they get dropped off at this station, then they were walking across. I think they were walking down the road through this. They also have this little walking path, which I'm not sure I need anymore. I'm not sure if that's even necessary at all. I'm not sure what that's there at all for. Why is that there? I'm not even sure why that's there. Can we use it? Is there anything we can use it for? No. Huh. It's partially constructed too. Interesting. Okay. Well, whatever. It's getting dropped. So anyway, I think this we could probably get to come around, and I'd like it to connect in this area if I could, which might be a little bit of a challenge, but I think for now maybe we'll just drop it off. Maybe we could get it to come in here. There's other paths connected here too. Like these are all roads. These are not walking path substations. They're road substations. Because when I built this, the walking path substation didn't exist. That's the problem with this series right now, man. Is like there's a lot of infrastructure in here, which is also kind of charming if you think about it. You know, like technological advances. Like think about it this way. This game comes with a tech tree, right? But like once you exhaust the tech tree, you can't really advance anymore. But because the series has taken so long, I've got natural advances that have happened in the game's code base, or in the game's code. You know, different changes, different things that have been added by the vanilla game that didn't exist at the beginning. It's kind of like getting technological advances. So that's kind of interesting. It's like my gravel thing here. People who play this game right now will probably look at this gravel thing over here, right? This one here. And they'll see the fact that I've got this aggregate storage and this truck drop-off point, and I've got trucks that are moving in here to pick up the gravel, the waste rock or whatever, right? And the quarried stone, that's what it's called. And they take it over here to get processed into gravel. And they're doing this by trucks. But then this one over here is being directly fed, instead of trucks, it's being directly fed into this gravel processor with a belt. And they're going to look at this and go, why do you have this set up with trucks when you have these belts? Well, when I built this wasn't possible, right? We actually rebuilt this area before it was fully constructed. This was like a pending construction that we deleted and rebuilt it around the fact that they added this into the game. They didn't have this back then. So technological advances that are not part of the tech tree. It's very nice. Okay, seriously, helicopters. You got to get out of here, man. There's too many of us. There's really a lot. I feel like I have to talk over you all the time, you know? Anyway, so I've got this to there. Now, with that positioning, let's see if we can connect this up with that positioning. So if I try to bring you underneath, it's kinda. If I go like that, maybe. Okay, and then from here, can I go like this? That's about as straight of a line as I can go into this. So if I do that, the question is, if I do this, can you walk there? Okay, so when we hover, we can see that this building is actually 340 meters away. Seems weird, but it is. They have to come out here, walk this whole path up, then walk this around, and then they have like all the gravel paths and the gravel roads or whatever, but they can reach there. The important thing is that they can reach the building I want them to get to, which is that building. Can they get to the food factory too? They cannot reach the food factory. Okay, so I want them to be able to get to the food factory too, which is weird because it's directly over top the station, yet they can't reach it, right? So I want them to be able to reach this too. Is there another... What is this? What is this? Is this the connection for this? Is that what that is? Can I just do that? That solve my problem? Can they get there now? They can. That little bit is enough for them to be able to get in there. Yep, that works. So now they can reach it at 370 meters. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll have that stuff built as well. So assuming the rest of my plans come together. All right, so the next thing is we need to be able to get them into the refinery as well. And I think in order to really know how that's going to go, I kind of feel like I need the bus station to be built, because it's possible that I could have these guys pop out right here or pop out in here and connect to the existing walking path that's already going to be built, right? That's possible. So I kind of want to wait for that. But at the same time, I want them to be able to get over here and work these buildings. And I don't think a walking path that comes out over here and then goes this way, I don't think that's going to be able, I don't think that's going to work. Like if I bring this out here, after they've walked this entire distance, I don't think they're going to be able to work over here. It's just too far to go this way and then go back over here. I think they need a more direct route, which is why I've got this one here. So we're going to connect to this one to give them another direct route. And I think maybe we'll do this. How about like right in here? Is there room for this? We don't need to use this big old escalator one. We could maybe just do the stairs one because it's a little narrower. It can fit in here. And I'm wondering if I place this kind of in this area. Yeah, like if I place you here, assuming you actually will cooperate with me. This might be too far away. No, I want you to cooperate, please. There's a space here where it will work. I saw it. Yeah, right there. It's very, very tight, but it will work. So if I place you here and maybe just put one of those with the traffic lights, right? Now we take this one and we bring you over like this. So it's a straight line into there. Okay, so if we do that, I want to use this one or that one. I think I want to use the other one. Yeah, I want to use this one. Yeah, because I may have a use for this one to come out another place. Will I though? I don't think so. Which one's long? Let's just do it by distance. Do it by distance. So this one here is 84 meters that way, and then this one is 83 meters. I mean, that's it. All right, 84 and 83. Just get that extra meter, so maybe we can make that work. Okay. So it goes in here. And then I'd like them to go over here if I could as well. But first I want to see what the distance is. So if I take this and go like this, we can now reach 337 to there. So we can reach those. Is it just those two? Yeah, it's just those two. So you can't reach that one yet. And you can't reach back here yet. We're gonna get at that in a second. I think I know where I'm gonna place this one to reach it. Let's see. So over here, I think maybe right here. I want to see if we can get them to cross the bridge. I doubt it. It's really far, but because we're already at 262 by the time they reach this point. But to give it a chance, I don't think there's a chance. I really don't think there's a chance. If I put you here, let's just see how this goes. If I put you here and we connect you from here to here, does this get me anything new? Whoops. Does it get me anything new? No, I don't get anything new out of that. Okay. They can't get over the bridge. I figured as much, but I needed to know. Okay, so if I can take this away, maybe we target this instead, because I think that's a bit more reasonable to reach. And if we target this and we say maybe it goes here, it'd be nice to get it more direct, less walking path stuff. But I think, right, it's just not making a path. You have to go far enough away. Right here. Let's see if this is close enough to get what I need. I'd like them to be able to work in that extra chemical factory. So if I bring you from here to here, that's 99 meters, or I do 96. So of course we want 96. So 96 there. And then we evaluate it again. So from here, we can reach what, 371. Okay, we can reach there. So that gets us these 3 chemical factories, and that's it. That's all that gets us right now. But I want to see if I can get these 2 buildings. And then if we can do that, then essentially the only building they won't be able to work in from this subway is this chemical factory here. I can live with that. If it's only one chemical factory, we have other means of getting people here, right? We have people are coming in on the bus and all that stuff. They can still reach the same places. Well, it depends on where I put the bus station, but they should be able to reach the same places they could reach already because all of these walking paths have the streetlights and stuff. Okay, so from over here, we've got this. You can kind of see how there's this the stairs already here. There's already a tunnel here, basically, right? And so what I'm thinking is, because there's already a tunnel here, why don't we just connect that and see if it works? Hey, helicopters, you are so obnoxious. Wow. Okay, we're going to take you and go right there. Okay, so that's 146. Ugh. Yeah, so if I do that, can you reach there? Yes. Right? 345? Yeah, you can reach both of those things. Okay, so that's all we need. So on this side, let's go ahead and submit. On this side, we're pretty much decided right now, right? If these paths are put in the way they're designed, then all of these buildings, the food factory, the alcohol, almost all the chemical plants, demolitions, and the plastics factory, all of them can now have labor delivered to them via the metro, except for this one. We can't reach that one, and then that one will get it from the buses and stuff that we're already getting it from. Okay, so now we need to look at the refinery, and I think I need the bus stop stuff to be done, or at least I need to know where it's going to be before I decide where to put that. So I'm going to give that a little bit more time. You can see we do have buses that are kind of lining up. You know, I made this extra path here a little bit longer so that these guys could move around them. And they go like that. Interesting. Hang on. Okay, can I have my camera? What did you just do? Wow. Okay, this is kind of silly because you guys should just be using the walking path. What happened here? I don't know what's going on here. I got like pieces that are just sticking out. I don't know what happened. Oh well, doesn't matter. Maybe we'll use it. We'll leave it for now. Let's let them clear this stuff out of here with the excavators and stuff. Let them deconstruct all this stuff, and I'll bring you back in. And hopefully by then the helicopters will shut up. All right, I got a little time that's passed, and I've actually shut the helicopters up a little bit by just kind of taking them off the jobs. So we just have the regular old construction offices working on the jobs now. For the time being, I'll turn them back on in a second because I want stuff done fast. We have almost all of the roads, well, yeah, demolished. They're just dirt roads now, and there's only 1.9 tons of construction left here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this dirt road and basically just, yeah, eliminate all of this. There we go. And what we want to do is we want to first we want to figure out where the bus stop's going to go. And I want this to be a nice smooth road now. So we're probably going to get rid of this as well, because I think this connection probably doesn't need to exist anymore once this road is in. At the moment, though, that's kind of like the only way they can move across. So I want to get its replacement before I do that. So I think I'm going to move this road like this, and then saving game. Yep, come on now, you can do it. There you go. We're going to go out about like that far, I think. So it's not the smoothest thing, but it's about where I want that road to be. So if we imagine that road is there, then we can go in to get our bus stops. And I think we're going to use a platform here, and I think we're going to use probably this one. This allows us to do double the buses we had before. We can do double the buses at a time. Now, at the moment, I've got a walking path from this bus stop that's connected to the previous bus stop. To the previous walking path, and that's allowing people to come over here and work in chemicals. I need to get rid of this, though, if I'm going to put this bus stop in. At least for now, I need to get rid of this. So we're going to come over to our footpath canceller here, and we're just going to get rid of that footpath for now. Like, just all of it is fine. So these guys will finish their walk, but no one else is going to walk this way, which means all the buses, all the people on these buses, they're all going to be shoved in here. at the moment. And like there's really, I guess there is some fuel to process. We're not dropping fuel, that's good, but I'm gonna bump this up to 500 now just so that everybody has a job. There's no way we can process that much oil because we don't have that much oil, but it's fine for now. Okay, so with that out of the way, what I'm hoping to see now is that there's space for this to go in. And it looks like it'll let me place it here. Yeah. I'm just wondering if I should go out further. Leave more room for the buses, like maybe here. Maybe here. So something like this, potentially, just to see if I can connect. So this road probably doesn't connect to that, but that's getting eliminated now. And so once this is pulled back to here, I think then I can connect. The real question is going to be whether or not I can get the walking path to connect. So it's got to come around and connect to that, basically. And so far, I'm thinking maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it's got to connect to this. That's a requirement. It has to happen. So I'm going to have to reposition this until I can get that to happen. And it's nighttime now, but it's okay. Let me play around with it. I'll show you where it's going to be. All right, so once this road was out of the way, I managed to get it to where it's basically positioned, I think, in a good spot. I did ideally want this road to be just a little bit longer, just in case there were two buses in here and there was like a line. It would be able to handle it without disrupting this traffic. But it's just not cooperating with me. And I think I could probably get away with it if I got rid of this. But to get rid of this road right now, to start building this, would disrupt everything. And I think I'm just going to just do it the way it is. It's fine. Like if this wasn't realistic mode, then this is a very easy thing. Just delete it, build it, and that's it. Done. But it's okay. We're going to leave it the way it is. So this road, which I've connected with dirt right now, we're going to go ahead and pave that. And then we're going to go ahead and submit all of these jobs here. Okay, so I think I'm going to turn the helicopters back on now because I think they are actually very helpful with bringing all the resources here. It's just loud and it uses a lot of fuel, but we have it. So I've got a lot of the helicopters kind of turned off. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and turn them back on. Just tell them to find the things they want to find. And that will kick them back into gear here. We'll come over to the other helicopter offices right over here. And we'll just tell them that they can find things as well. And that will get them to go back to work as well, because they will auto search it and they'll find all the jobs and do all the jobs. Oh, and the labor as well. The labor is already doing it, but they're not going to buildings, just roads and stuff. And I think probably, how many reconstruction jobs do you have? You have a lot, and they're not getting done. I am interested in that. There's 6 work days left in the reconstruction here. Reconstruction. It's peculiar. Where is this? 83%, but you're not getting work done. 0%. Helicopter offices are the only ones that can search that. Excuse me? Why aren't you getting searched? There's an awful lot of construction projects not getting done right there. And you totally should be. It's all workers basically, right? I think it's a shortage of workers. All right, tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you. So I wasn't letting the helicopters look for reconstruction, but I'm gonna let them do it now. And then I don't know if anybody will actually work here. That'd be kind of cool if they did. Because I'd rather use my own labor. I keep turning it on and off, and I just don't get people to work here very often. But if I direct them specifically to this building, then perhaps. Yeah, let's try that. Add other unspecified buildings where citizens should go. Oh, so there's other buildings. Gotcha. So we're gonna do this. This wasn't a thing before either, but now I can do it. So we're gonna have you guys do about like this. That way there's a constant supply of workers at this area, this place right here. And that way you guys are always available. We'll put like 22% on there, yeah. So we'll make sure that we have lots of workers available for these guys. I don't think 16%, that's a lot, right? Isn't it like 100 people? Let's go like this. Yeah, that's a little more reasonable. Okay. And then we'll take our helicopter office with our workers, and we're going to tell it to not go to the border anymore, but instead you're going to get your workers from here. Okay. They should go to these reconstruction projects now, and we should be using our own labor to make them happen. And I just want to make sure that they are finding them. So I'll go 3,000 meters. There we go. All those reconstruction projects. We got some of them that are actually getting done now, but that's what I want to see this guys doing. So all these helicopters should be lifting off pretty quick here. Maybe after a quick refuel. They really should be lifting off to go get people, but there has to be people at the pickup point in order for them to get there. And currently there's nobody waiting. There we go. So now that there's somebody waiting, that should trigger them to lift off, at least one of them. I would have thought anyway. Takes a little bit of time, but I'd like to see that happen now. There we go. Just want to make sure we're good here. 16, 18, beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to start using our own local labor there instead. I probably could have been doing that for several years, maybe even a decade in game. But again, they've added things to the game since I started playing this 3 years ago, and it's nice that that exists now. This other building things, I think it's existed for quite a while for me. I just haven't really, I've been focusing on other things and just kind of using the knowledge I already had instead of, learning the new things that they've added to the game since then, right? If that makes sense. So my fault, but also not a big deal because I've been spending dollars. We've been spending dollars on labor. And as you can see, we have plenty of dollars in the bank. We've been just accumulating it like a lot. So it'd be kind of nice to start buying materials from the West as well. It would save us a little bit of time. Let's save us a little bit of money. Okay, so all of these construction projects can now be added to the helicopters as well. So we can go in and tell the helicopters to do these things. We can tell the helicopters to do these things. They already have that walking path done. Yep, those underground paths are pretty quick. Cool. It doesn't look like they can actually reach any of these. They can reach this one, which is nice, but they can't really reach most of them. I guess we can have them try to work on that, sure. Oh, I almost forgot, right? I need to have an entrance from the subway station needs to get here to the refinery, right? And I didn't know where I wanted to place it until after the bus stop was placed. So now that the bus stop is placed, we should take a look at that. And I'm actually thinking it might be cool to have this be just a little bit more flexible. So what I mean by that is let's take this away and we bring this out this way instead. Yeah, bring it around here so it like wraps that direction and then connects here. And if I do it that way, then now I have this walking path that can go straight over here. So people get off the bus can now go there with this one. I was just going to use these, but I think if I can connect these together like this, then when I do something like, say, this, I don't know exactly where this is going to be, but if I do something like this, that looks fairly clean, right? Just kind of slip it in there like this. If I do that, then, come on, right there. Can you reach? It's got to be a whole different path too, because it's got to come off of this. So this is a more direct route. It's not using the other paths. You're not cooperating with me. Please cooperate. Oh, there's an underground line there. Okay, we can get underneath it. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get underneath, though. There we go. Oh, maybe. Oh my goodness. All right, is this snapping? Turn that off. It is really not liking me, this underground electrical line. But I saw it go green earlier underneath it, so I kind of want to need to get that done. So pedestrian tunnel. Okay, that gets underneath. It just it keeps stopping. It's like it wants to connect to this walk path and I don't want it to. There. If I go here like this and then around, do I need to go lower? Really? Oh, I hate that. Okay. Needs to go even lower than this, which means it's going to be extra distance to get back up afterwards too, but whatever. Oh man, you are just not cooperating with me at all. Wow. You're very picky. There we go. I'm not sure how far down I just went, but I just want to make sure it works. So if I go like that, okay, how far down did I go? Pretty excessive, honestly. I don't think we need to go quite that low. All it does is take longer to build, and I think it does actually calculate that as part of the distance. There we go. Okay. So it just needed to go down a little bit steeper here, and then I can get underneath the whole mess and bring it back up. So that should, I think, theoretically work. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but it should theoretically work. See it here. And now the only way I can really see this is to get rid of this and bring that walking path over. So I'm going to have to take a little bit of a risk here. But I think it's a risk that I got to take. So I'm going to pause it right here. Demolish this, and let's see where this path can actually go. So I want to get rid of this road. I'm going to get rid of this road. Just a little bit longer, please. There we go. Okay, get rid of this road. And then this walking path, if you go all the way up and connect there, is that going to allow you to walk the rest of this way? That seems pretty far. You can get there. Yep. You can get there. 324. Okay, cool. So we build this. And I think there's enough room here. It's really difficult to transition this now because that's deleted. So I can't see all the routes. I'm going to have to click individual buses and just look for ones that have question marks on them. And then that'll be how I have to do it, I guess. So I kind of messed that up a little bit there, but all right. Let's move you down. Need that bus to be out of here. Get out of there. Okay. And now I can move this over like that. And then I want that bus stop to be put back in right here. I kind of need it to be in here just as a temporary thing. Hopefully that works. Yep, that's good. And this one can be repositioned. Like that. So now I have to go to all these buses that have no destination at all and add a stop for them. And they're not even on a line anymore, I don't think. So, yeah, shit. That sucks. That's the way that's going to be. Like this whole line. I think right before you went here, what's this waypoint? I messed it up, guys. I super messed it up. So it looks like the end station that you guys stop at is this one. So before that end station, you go... Okay, I see it. So before that end station, you're now going to go here. No, not after. Before. Stop here and then here. There we go. And then you just simply get out. And that's good for the whole line. So I fixed it. So now I have to go into all these buses and fix that. So after this waypoint here, I believe you now... Let's take a look at this. So yeah, right now it goes this way. This is waypoint 4. So I think before 4, be 3. So you're going to go here and then unload like that. Yeah. For the time being, that's your route. And I got to go through all these buses and do that again because I messed it up. But this is the pains that sometimes we have to go through. All right, so as you can see, the winter is done now, and we have almost everything done regarding our new renovations here. We're still missing a little bit here. Got to figure out how to get some people on task here. There's only 3 days left, and nobody's come and done it yet, so maybe they just had other better things to do. I don't know. It's a very small segment, so I think I need workers like specifically to be brought there instead of just the construction equipment. And then we have the subway, or the metro station here. That thing's almost done. I also got a new piece of decoration here. We're going to put another eternal flame obelisk. I thought that was appropriate to put a flame obelisk near the refinery for oil. So we're going to do that too. And you can see people get off the bus stop here and they actually walk all the way over on this path now. So that's nice. Looks like workers are actually getting on this now finally. Cool. And we're ready to switch over the buses. Right, is the main bulk of things. So we're going to go like that, and we're going to go like that. And now we can remove the buses that are here. Now, I don't have every route. I didn't get all the buses rerouted, so I probably still have some buses that are kind of, I need to find them, unfortunately. But there are 3. Come on, camera. You got it. There we go. There are some cameras. Sorry, there are some buses here that I can move. So this is the stop right there. Yep. So what I want to do is just go ahead and switch that back. And now you're going to be in this stop. This one gets eliminated and go. So there we go. That's nice. Now, of course, they're going to get dropped off here, and they're still going to have to use the regular road to get where they're going because this isn't done yet. But I assume that when we start really seeing the bulk of these people dropped off, that this path right there will be done. And then so we'll go ahead and do the other one, or do another one. This one's got 9 buses as part of it. Pretty good. So we'll have this stop right here getting replaced by this stop right here. Yep. So then take this one away, and then this one will go ahead and drop people off. There you go. Easy does it. So most of the buses now are going to be heading into here, and we can make sure that it works before we start. I'm gonna have to hunt down other buses, but pretty much we'll make sure they all are good to go here. I think this one here, I think this line, this goes to Cornell. Where's Cornell? Oh my gosh, all the way over here. Never mind, you're not part of this at all. Actually, you know, I might want to have you drop people off over here too, because I haven't gotten a whole lot of labor over here yet. So maybe we take the bus that comes and drops people off here. These 3 buses. If you happen to be full, you're not going to drop everybody off here, I wouldn't think. Perhaps I can get this to just come straight through with another road. It's kind of doing this thing where it will let me and then it won't let me. There we go. So we'll get that road done too, but I think we'll take this and we'll add this stop to it as well to drop people off here. So we can have them drop, you know, some people off, I guess, but maybe we'll go like this. We'll say 80%, and then the rest of you are 70%, and then the rest of you get dropped off here. There. It's a lot more driving, but it'll do. And then we'll go ahead and get that, and then I think we'll get road crew out here to do that. Okay, cool. Let's come back over to our focus of the day. I also have more metro trains operating on this now. So there's 200 people on this. How many are going to come off? I showed you in the little time lapse there people are getting off this train. So there we go. If I take a look at how many got off, about a little under half got off at this stop. They're all walking away. The rest of them will stay on, and they will get off at the next stop probably. There are also other metro trains running the opposite direction now too. So we got this one on this side going, I guess you could say, clockwise around this relative to where the camera's pointing. Another one here on the same track, just a little bit up ahead. This one also has some workers on it as well, mostly passengers on this one. And they're going to get dropped off right here in the heart of the city, which is nice. So these passengers probably got on over here with this little area here that people are living. And then they'll pull up into this. We have walkways already done for this station. Most of the passengers will likely get out here. There we go. It looks like most of them are going through on this path right there. Most of them just got out there. That's cool. And now we've got 188 workers have gotten on the bus. Not the bus, the train. It's a train now, isn't it? Gotten on the train, and then those workers will now head over here to chemicals, where they will get off and disperse themselves among all of their other disperse themselves amongst their fellow chemical workers. Very nice. Like I said, there are trains going the opposite direction too, and I just don't see them. There should be some going the other direction. I thought there was some going the other direction, at least one. I could have swore I did that. Now I don't see it. Perhaps it's at the end station now, and I just got unlucky on the timing. End station doesn't have anything in it. And this one doesn't have a route either, so we'll have to give this one oh, you know what? It's probably this one. Yeah, what's going on here? That's weird. How did that happen? How did that happen? Well, you're stopped at this signal. I think that's probably why. Okay. So we still have signals. So metro trains don't like signaling. And I'm going to get rid of those signals, and I think that will fix everything. Metro trains really don't like signals. So I've gotten rid of them, but you see in this area, you kind of need them. At least I thought I needed them anyway. I probably don't need this part anymore. I probably not. So I think this part can go. Because this was just to get the track builders in here. I suppose I do still need that though, right? Because I'm still building this part of the metro line. So I still need this. That sucks. So in other words though, we just need this metro train track to kind of all be on the same color. But now I'm wondering if they'll exit, because it's all orange now. So are they actually going to exit the end station, or will they stay in here because the end station is occupied? So they're in here now, and they will leave immediately. And since they're going to stay in the orange section, they shouldn't care so much about the signaling. I worry about this part though, because if I can't have signals for the metros without them getting all messed up, then it's gonna be hard to keep them all spaced out. Like the end station should space them out naturally, but both the trains heading from this side as well as the ones heading from this side, they're both gonna cross into this intersection, which means there's it's possibility, they could enter at the same time, especially if I have, 4 going each direction. It's very likely that there will be problems with trains entering at the same time. But it is what it is. Let me just make sure that our train tracks are still getting built here. So we should have we should have all of you guys working over here. This train track is looking pretty good. Yeah, all the way out this way. So this line's getting done. Yeah, they're out here right now finishing that up. And then there's another one right here. All the way out here. Yep, to this area. So I should be able to add, this is already on there, of course, but I want to make sure they're still getting on with that, because there's still a lot of work to do there to get that over there. And then I obviously want to make sure that they are still working on the metro lines over here as well, which just adds even more, train traffic in this side, but needs to happen, Take a quick look at our airport, see what kind of progress we made on there. We have a completed runway. Well, not quite. Very close, though. Only 260 days left, and they are working on it right now to have a completed runway. Lots of taxiways kind of completed here, too. Most of the roads and stuff are done. We got a couple more taxiways that need to happen over here. And you can see our office here, our cargo terminal office is done now. I didn't want it to be done, but apparently I didn't stop it. So, yep, it's getting done. We might as well. I think these little pads, they don't need maintenance, right? Actually don't know if they need maintenance or not. I'll let it go the way it is now. And then we need to get this stuff done too. So with this road completed, we should now be able to get, I think probably here and here. Yep. Go ahead and have that made too. Get magnetograd on that. Forgetting what my signals are. It's been 3 weeks. I'm kind of spacing out on where my which ones my teams are. We'll get back into it though. Don't worry. And that is, I think, pretty much all the work I needed to have done to make this switched up and functional, with the exception now of just making sure that all of the routes are using this. So right here is 3, changed to this one like that. Get rid of 3 and good. There we go. And then the last one is right here. It's just a single bus now, but that's fine. Make sure we go out and then saved. There we go. And you see, they're going to use the road anyway. If this isn't done yet, and it's not, then they'll just use this. But now they have to go all the way around. It looks like they can do it now, though. Yeah, obelisk is done. Flame obelisk just finished. And they can access the refinery over this gravel road. So I think I'm going to take this road here, and this gravel road, or this thing here, will end up being a gravel road now too. Oh, look at you. Do you go directly to the refinery? That is interesting, isn't it? You should go... You should not be doing that. I'm going to make sure you unload here instead. We're going to get rid of this stop right now. Yep. So now you're just going to this one. That's your whole thing now. And then we'll say that this one is now renamed to Charlebinsk Fuel Refinery. Refinery bus stop. I'll say refinery bus stop. Okay. There we go. All done. Cool. So with trains heading in both directions on the metro, and them being able to actually get off of this station and actually use it now, they can go out here and get into this area, which there are places to live, which means these guys can ride the metro since they can get through here. It also, there's places to work, so people can get off the metro to work here too, right? Easy. You saw them in the cutscene or whatever coming out of this. So, you know, these are the clothing factories, so we should have a pretty good workforce throughout this. I don't know about the fabric factory getting a good workforce because I don't know if we can reach it. Maybe if I do this. This might be close enough. I really don't know, but we'll see. If I put you here and then attach you to, like, say, this point here. If I do that, then can you reach? You can. 391, but you can reach it. Perfect. So we'll build that too. And that will get them into the fabric factory to work as well off the metro line. So that's great. So we have stops that go basically residential work, residential work, residential work. Everyone should have a residential and a work except for this one. This one here is kind of in the middle. It's basically all residential is what can access this. I mean, I think they can walk to like the schools and that kind of stuff, but it's not really, you know, primarily a stop for working environments. But then lots of stuff to work on here. And then of course, right after this stop is the refinery stop too. So they're kind of in the middle of everything. And then this one is a major work stop plus residential, and then a big important one that we work at, and then a big important one that we live at, and then a big important one that we work at, etc. Although I think this one here is a pretty healthy mix. This one here, they kind of get out and they go to the radio station, they go to the different, you know, police departments and stuff. I don't think they can reach the TV station from here. No. They cannot reach the television station is not accessible by this stop, but a lot of places are. Pretty much everything else is. So they can get all the way down to that supermarket right there. 426. That's pretty good. But you know, there's a lot of places to work here. Very important places to work as well. Water purification and stuff. So lots of stuff there. Our metro line is done. I'm feeling just super relieved about that being a thing. And then with all of these things going up and eventually getting finished, then the metro will now be able to work at the refinery. In 33 days, they'll be able to work in the refinery. 33 work days, I guess, on that. Still have some pathing to do here, some underground tunneling and stuff to do through here. That should be pretty straightforward, but this one's done, which means right there they are. These guys can now get out of that one, and they can go work in the food factory, which is where they're going right now. There we go. They can also work at the alcohol distillery as well. So if I could go maybe like a 45 here, you know, because I've got this metro now, I can increase the max number of workers at these various different places. It's no big deal. And because we have more crops coming in from this side, we should be able to make more. Yeah, we should be able to make more alcohol now too, which just leads to more exports. You know, that's what we're on about right now. Just export everything. Okay. I'm satisfied. Our Workers Wednesday on a Thursday. It's pretty much done. We did it. And now this doesn't have a stop anymore, so I can remove it because there's no reason for that to be there anymore. And then I want to make this a gravel road. However, I was looking also at maybe getting some decorations in here. I know I have the obelisk, but I could probably get another one in here just to make it look really good. And maybe even a fountain. Big fountain would be enormous. No, it's just too big. How about one of these little regular fountains? Yeah. So I could put one of these in here. It's good. It can't be too close to the road because the road does have to be there. Like I can't just get rid of the road entirely. Because we have to be able to access the refinery with like repairs and stuff too. So we'll just get this put in like that, I guess. I know I sound so sad. Okay, I guess. We'll put that like this, and then anything that fits in this area we can put. And maybe none of them fit in here, in which case then we'll just put like a whole bunch of trees. Probably a whole bunch of trees would be better anyway. Children's playground next to the refinery. Seems good. What's this? Statue of Liberty. Oh, they added a whole bunch of stuff in here, didn't they? I really don't want that. That's not something we want. So there's a whole bunch of new stuff in here now too. Monument of Party Founding. Eiffel Tower. What? Oh, for Christ's sake. You guys, what are we doing here? What are we doing with our life right now? We ain't doing that. No, man. Come on. Big Ben? Nah. I think maybe, seems kind of lame to use one of the ones we've already used, though, doesn't it? How about, one of these hedges? Got a whole bunch of different hedges and stuff in here, right? How about we go, like, hedge 5. How big is this? You got a bigger one? Tell me we got a bigger hedge. It seems pretty big. It's not bad. I could make that work. Yeah. Like a hedge. Kind of something like right here. Come on. I just want it to like look like a little park area, okay? Can I have it? Good enough. We'll do that, and then it's going to be just a regular old like gravel footpath kind of thing, but I just want it to look like a park. Yeah, just kind of something like this. Probably nobody will actually use it, but there it is, right? Something like that. And then we take that area and we put a bunch of trees around it. So we say like there's a few pine trees over here and here, and then we put like some beech trees around it like this, right? It's just a nice, pleasant park area. And then maybe some additional pines here on that side over here, maybe some over here too, right? Make the area look a little nicer since it's kind of finalized now. Maybe some spruces. Thuja, whatever the heck that is. Probably not even saying it right. You know what? We're going to line this area with a bunch of thuja. I'm just going to put a bunch in here. It won't let me do a whole lot of them, though. It's pretty packed in here. There we go. It'll look a little better when it's done, okay? Cool. I'll let this run. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.